So we've got the arrangement more or less done. We've got the snare rolls in place. I want to add some more transition effects, cymbal crashes, reverse crashes, white noise, things like that. And honestly, this is the part of the process when I'm arranging that I normally hate the most, and it's the most time consuming. But if you've done it once already on a different song and you like the effects that you use, the effect sounds, the crash cymbals, whatever else, you can actually pull all of those in from another project and just bring them into the current project that you have open. And I'm going to show you how to do that. And then we'll just kind of make some tweaks if we need to edit the positions of where things are. But I have this other kind of a minimal tech house song that I did earlier this year. And if I, have my Ableton projects, my Ableton Live projects accessible through the browser here, you can see that if I go into one of my project folders, so this one is called Microcosm, if I open that up, these are all the different versions of the song. So I'm save pretty obsessively as I'm working on things. If I make a major change, I'll save and make a new version number. This is the final one, the most recent one at the top here. But if I go into this ALS file that represents the Ableton Live session, the Ableton Live project, and I unfold that, that will show me all the different tracks and groups that I have in the project. And you can see here I had an FX group. If I unfold that, these are all the individual tracks I had in there. So I had a snare roll in there, but we have crash, reverse crash, we've got noise down and a noise up, and that's perfect. That's exactly what I want for this project. So I'm just going to take this whole effects group and I can drag it into my project where it says drag or drop files and devices here, and it'll place all of those in. It'll place all the tracks in with all the clips placed exactly where I had them. Now it looks like all of these start a little bit late, like the first one is coming in here at bar 17. That's okay. I'm just going to select all of them and just kind of scoot them back over so everything starts on the one. I'm also going to just delete the snare roll track here. This is a different snare roll. Obviously, we just went through and did ours, so we don't need that one anymore. But let's select this very first clip in my FX group, and let's just for organizational purpose, let's make this maybe a different color, and I'll assign track color to grouped tracks and clips by right clicking here on the group track and selecting this from the context menu. So I'm going to select this very first orange clip here, then I'm going to hold shift and select the very last one, or the very last space of time on the very bottommost track. So you can see how that's just given me this big time selection across all those different FX tracks. Now I'm just going to grab this first clip by clicking and holding on it and dragging it back to the one, and it'll move everything back and keep it all in time. I've even got some extra stuff here that I don't even need, so we can get rid of some of that. And yeah, let's just take a listen. Oh, I got some extra space here as well. Get rid of these last few things. And let's just take a listen and see how these sound in the context of this song. I may need to pull their volumes up a little bit. This FX group is turned down 4 dB. Let's just bring it back to 0. All of these are pretty low, but let's hear how they sound and adjust them as needed. That actually didn't sound too bad at the very beginning there. That crash could be a little louder though, so we'll just pull the volume up. And I think it's even got, it has the, the sample. It's this one was in a drum rack, but it even has all of the effects that I placed on it as well, right? It's the exact tracks from that other project, all here for me to adjust and mess with as needed. It's even got the EQs on there and everything. That's awesome, so I don't have to worry too much about that. Yeah, these are all pretty quiet. Let's bring these all up a bit. Now that's got a little bit of an overlap there. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. Not sure why that happened, but that's why it's good to go back and listen and just make sure, even though we dragged them all in from another project, we want to make sure timing-wise everything's lined up and sounding good. Let's hear that one again. Oh, and I use the same sidechainer smooth on that. That can be a little lower. Let's hear that falling white noise. And this had a sidechain compressor on it. It's getting sidechained from the crash cymbal, and it still remembered that routing, so that's pretty cool too. Yeah, I don't know why these are overlapping, these reverse crashes here. Let's just tighten those up, make sure those are not going over. Nice. Okay, so level-wise, I think these are sounding okay. Maybe I'll just do that an even -18 on that one. And then when I'm doing my mix down, if I need to adjust the FX volume of the entire group, the FX group, we can do that. Maybe I'll just pull it down a touch. Nice. And honestly, I think the way these are lined up, probably going to sound pretty good. But if there are any moments where I want to, build more tension or have more of these effects piled on top of each other, I can, of course, move them around and edit them as needed. I'll go through and just crop out. Yeah, some of these reverse noises and reverse cymbals kind of overlapped a little bit. I'll go through and clean those up as needed. I don't necessarily need to waste your time doing that right now, but that is the trick, and that is something that's really fun to do and just makes the process of adding transition effects in a little bit easier. If you've done it once and you like the way it sounded, just grab it from another project and pull it right into your existing one. So I'll go through and clean this up, and then we'll move on to the next one. I'll see you in the next video.